How's it going, guys? I got another unboxing for you. We're going to be unboxing the Traeger Little Tex Elite 22. It comes with the digital elite controller, steady 2-inch tires or legs, cold rolled powder coated steel. Has an 18-pound hopper, 20,000 BTUs, and 418 square inches of grilling space. And this is the box that it came in. Came through FedEx or UPS. I don't remember which one it was. Model number TFB42LZB. And two of the shipping guys, they unloaded it and stuck it in my garage for me. But I have it propped up on this little platform to make it a little easier to film, but I wouldn't recommend propping it up. I'd keep it on the ground, but for video filming purposes I have it propped up. Let me go ahead and take these bands off here and lift up the box and we'll go from there. Alright guys, I went ahead and got the top off. All we did was take off these banding straps here. You can see them down below. Just cut them off and lift from the bottom corners on each side. It takes two people. You can do it with one, but it's a little bit tougher to do it by yourself. And just lift straight up. You never want to cut the top of this box here on this tape. The reason being is because it's so close to this grill, and I used to have another Traeger, and I don't know why I did it, but I went ahead and just cut it straight across. And when I did that, I put a really gnarly scratch across here, so it's very important not to cut the top of the box, but to lift. You got arrows telling you to lift up. So I'm going to have my wife come over here and we're just going to start unpacking this thing. So there's two pieces of tape here that she's going to cut here and down below. Okay, and then we got some in the back here as well. Okay, and once you cut that, this box is going to collapse open. As you can see, it should do that on all four sides. So it makes it extremely easy to unpack. So let's see if I can get this plastic. I'm just going to keep it raw and just keep filming, guys. So then we're going to take this plastic off here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start unpacking all the accessories or the components of the grill. So we got here, this is the initial firing instructions here. Then we got a little grease bucket and nothing else in there. Looks like we have some legs packed in. Pretty well packed actually here. I'm not quite sure what this is yet. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna have to stop filming real quick. I need to lift this out, and I can't really do it with one hand. So give me a second, guys. All right, guys. I apologize if you can hear the wind, but I couldn't get this out here. I didn't want to muscle it out because you got the little thermometer here. I didn't want to bend, so what I did is I cut this strapping off here. And looks like it's a lot easier to do it that way. The smokestack. Looks like one of the legs. Wow, this is actually pretty beefy. Here. Okay. There we go. It made it a lot easier to move once we got this out. Okay, let's see what else we got. Looks like we got a owner's manual and a cookbook here. And I'll have my wife take this off here real quick. I'm going to angle that and just pull it out. And that looks like the cooking grate. Set that aside. This is your drip pan here. Just kind of setting in. Take that out. And you got your heat deflector. Alright guys, well, I got everything unpacked. Let me open up the owner's manual and see what step 1 is on what they want us to do. Let's get this assembled, so be right back. Alright guys, I opened up the manual, and it's not really user-friendly, to be honest with you. It gets a kind of a crappy diagram, but I'll go through this with you guys here. So step 1 was to lay it on its side, and what I did is I just literally tipped it over and made sure it was still on the cardboard. I don't want it on the concrete because you're gonna scratch it and do some damage. So step 2 is getting ready to put the legs on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab these 2 legs with the wheels and shove them in here. As you can see, make sure the wheel is outer and not inner. It needs to be on the outside. Then we're gonna grab one of these legs here and stick them in through here. Once we got those in, we're going to go to our nuts and bolts here. Our nuts and bolts were actually in this little package here that I didn't know when we were doing the unboxing. And what I did, I separated these. These ones I can almost guarantee they're for the smokestack, so we're not going to open those quite yet. These are for the legs. And to set this up, you're going to need a bolt. You're going to need a washer, one of these on top. And then once you put it through, at the very bottom, you're going to need another washer. And then one of these locking washers and one of these bolts here. So I don't know how well that's showing up on camera. So let's go. It's going to be bolt, washer, and we're going to stick it right through. So I'll have my wife come over here and put that through here. Show you guys here. This is step 1. And then we're going to just shove it in this hole here. Okay, once it's in that hole, we are going to grab another washer, one of these crushing or locking washers, and a bolt. And one of these bolts. So it's going to look like that's the bottom, and then the next layer, and then this one after on the top. I hope you guys understand that. So it kind of looks like, it's really hard to tell, but you're going to do that with all 4 legs. So let me go ahead and get these bolted in, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, with these thicker legs, and I didn't notice until I got to it, but it turns out these bolts for the legs, there's 2 different sizes. You only get 2 of these longer ones, and these longer ones are actually go with the ones with the wheels because they're thicker. You try using one of these, you're not going to get the bolt all the way through. So just want to give you a heads up that you got 2 long ones, and those 2 long ones go on the side here, right there, and at the bottom here. So, and then the rest of the other length go on top on each one and on the side through here. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Alright guys, I went ahead and put the legs on. As soon as you get the legs propped up, you want to make sure everything is loose. Just finger tight or hand tight or whatever. As soon as it's propped up, you're going to grab this Allen key and this little provided wrench here, and you're going to obviously put this on the back where the nut is, and you're going to tighten it up. And you do this because you want to level the grill. So these are the next tools that you're going to need. And once you get that done, we are going to install the handle. And the handle was actually with this packaging of the smokestack. So the bolt's already on the handle. So all we're going to do is lift up here. I'm going to take the bolts off here, stick them through, and tighten them up. So let me go ahead and get that. Alright guys, I put this handle on. When you take these bolts off, there's obviously going to be a washer, so make sure you don't want to lose the washers. So get it all nice and tight. You don't want to go too tight because this metal is pretty thin. If you go really tight, you're going to start bending this metal, and you're going to be pretty upset at yourself. So next step is we are going to grab the smokestack. The smokestack is here. And what we're going to need is the smokestack, the felt, and then this little bag here that I said that was probably for the smokestack. That's what these are. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your bolt. You're going to make sure you got a washer on there. And stick that through the outer here, the smokestack. And let's see. Obviously your felt's going to be in there, like so. Then you're going to add another washer here on it, and then you're going to put the bolt on. So it's going to look something like that. But alright, I'm going to have my wife go ahead and grab the smokestack and get that propped up for you here. So you just kind of open up this lid, line up the holes. And once the holes are lined on the felt, stick it through the hole like so. It's hard to see on this camera, but you're going to go for a washer and then your bolt here. So let me go ahead and get this done, and then we'll go. All right, guys, we got the smokestack in here. Then they provide you with 2 wrenches here, and I'm gonna have my wife grab one. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna put a wrench on the outside. You're gonna grab this wrench and you're gonna tighten it up. Don't, like I said, don't go too tight because you'll easily bend the metal. So we're gonna go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. All right, now that we got that all tightened up here, it's a little wobbly just because of the way it's sloped in my garage. It has nothing to do with the grill. So next step is I'm gonna hand this to my wife, and you're gonna see a nut, and the nut's already preset on this one. I'm sure you could adjust it, but we're gonna leave it as that, and I'll have my wife put it on, and it goes into that hole there. And we're just going to twist it on until she can't twist anymore because that nut's blocking it here. Okay, now that we got that on pretty tight here, we'll let's see what the next step is here in this book here. Now it looks like we're going to start putting the internals in. So we're going to open this up, and we are going to come over and grab this heat shield. We're going to take it out of the packaging. I'll have my wife do that here. Just, I think you're going to have to rip it. Okay, once we get that out, I'm going to stick it in. Okay, and you're going to see these 2 little notches here. One there. It's hard to see that one there. And you're going to see it notched on this shield, and those are just going to go into there. And you'll know it's it by wiggling it back and forth. It won't move very much. Sorry if you can't hear very well. The next step is we're going to grab this strip tray here, and we just took it off the plastic here. And let's see if I can do this one hand. Actually, I'll have my wife hold the camera here. And we're just going to angle this in a little bit here. You want the higher part out over here. Actually, I have it in now. The higher part's going to go this way. As we can see here. Well, that's in. We are going to grab this, and this looks like the cooking grate, so let me see if I can get this opened here. When you cut this, you don't want to cut too deep. It might be a porcelain coated, I'm not quite sure. So, and then we'll grab this cooking grate. And I'll stick this in here. I'm gonna have to angle it up a little bit. Get that in there. And it looks like there's a place for an additional shelf here. I'm not quite sure if it came with one or it's just an add-on. I'm gonna have to look through all my stuff and see if it came with it, or is that an option that we have to purchase. So let me get back with you guys. Alright guys, I went ahead and looked through all my stuff, and it looks like it doesn't come with a second shelf, but there are brackets for it. I think you're gonna have to buy that separately, which kind of sucks, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it now. So, and the very last step is we're gonna grab our grease bucket here, and we will go ahead and stick that right here. There's just a little hook that hangs off of. Okay. Alright, well, that's the unboxing and assembly of it. We'll probably want to take this stuff off here. Alright, I'm just going to give you guys a quick overview here. Alright, let's see here. This is a controller. There is no little the P settings here. There's no sticker or anything, so just a little on off. You got your turn dial. They do give you a little rubber grommet to stick your meat probe through here. This is an 18-pound hopper. And it just gives you the product information and your serial number and some other warnings here. What does this say? Attention, for best results and flavor, always use genuine Traeger wood pellets. Not a fan of the pellets, so I probably won't be using those. So, give you another little overview. Apologize if you can't really see this. There's nothing besides a barrel on the back, so there's nothing more seeing, to be honest. Nice little handle to move this around here. So, and this is the bronze. Alright guys, well, I think that's covers the unboxing and assembly of it. If you guys have any questions or want me to go into detail a little bit more about something, just go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Alright man, thanks.